Good morning, children. This is lecture 2 of chapter redox reaction. Now in redox reaction, now we will do balancing of chemical reaction. For balancing of chemical reaction, there are two methods. One by oxidation number method and another by ion electron method. In this lecture, we will do balancing chemical reaction by oxidation number method. In lecture 1, we have discussed about the concept of oxidation and reduction. Balancing of redox reaction. A redox reaction involves simultaneous oxidation and reduction. This you all know. In oxidation, electrons are given out, while in a reduction, electrons are taken up. Thus, a redox reaction will be balanced only when the number of electrons given out will be equal to number of electrons taken up. Okay, so this forms the basis of balancing a redox reaction. As I told you, the following methods may be used for balancing a redox reaction. One is oxidation number method and number 2 is ion electron method. Balancing redox reaction by oxidation number method. This method is based on the preservation of electric charge in a chemical reaction, which is possible only when an increase in oxidation number, that is oxidation, is compensated by decrease in the oxidation number, reduction. This already I discussed with you. Increase in oxidation number is referred to as oxidation and decrease in oxidation number is reduction. The balancing of a redox reaction by oxidation number method may carried out by following steps. These steps you have to remember. There are several steps for balancing a redox reaction through oxidation number method. So let me first discuss what are the steps required. What is there? Step 1. The first is write the given skeleton redox reaction. That means what is the reaction will be given to you. First you write down that reaction. That means copy the question. Okay. Number 2. Step number 2. Indicate the oxidation numbers of all atoms involved in the reaction above the respective symbol. That means you have to write the oxidation number of all the elements in that reaction. Now step number 3. Identify the atoms showing a change in oxidation number. Which atoms are showing a change in oxidation number, that we have to identify first. Then only we can say that this one has gone for oxidation and this atom is gone for reduction. After identify that the atoms which is showing a change in oxidation number, next step 4 is coming. Balance the total number of atoms undergoing the change in oxidation number. Now what you will do? You will balance the atoms which are undergoing oxidation or reduction. That means change in oxidation number. Okay. Step 5. Find the total number of electrons gained and lost by the oxidizing and reducing agent respectively. This is your step number 5. When you will do the balancing equation, all these steps will be clear to you. Step number 6. Find the suitable coefficient to balance the electron gained by oxidizing agent with those lost by reducing agent. When we will do the balancing, all the steps will be clear to you. Step 7, multiply oxidizing and reducing agent and the corresponding product with these coefficients. Okay. Step number 8, balance the equation with respect to all other atoms except hydrogen and oxygen. Then, in case of molecular equation, hydrogen and oxygen can be balanced in the usual way. Now, step number 10 and 11. This is for the balancing of hydrogen and oxygen. If the given equation is in ionic and proceeds in acidic medium, very important, proceed in acidic medium, then balance oxygen by adding, how to balance oxygen? Balance oxygen by adding sufficient number of H2O molecule on the side deficient in oxygen. The side in which the oxygen is less, that side you have to add H2O molecules. Now add sufficient number of H plus ion to balance hydrogen atom. This gives the final balance equation in acidic medium. Now, if the equation is ionic and proceed in basic solution, balance oxygen atom by adding sufficient number of OH minus ion on the side deficient in oxygen atom. For acidic, you are adding H2O molecule. For basic solution, you are adding OH minus. To balance hydrogen atom, add hydrogen atom to balance, add 1 molecule of water for each hydrogen atom. For each hydrogen atom needed on the side deficient in hydrogen atom. And add an equal number of OH minus ion to the opposite side. This gives the final balanced equation in basic medium. Okay, have you understood? So let us see how a chemical reaction is balanced by these steps, with the help of these steps. Now this is the question 1. Balance the following equation by oxidation number method. The equation is KMnO4 plus H2SO4 plus H2C2O4 is giving you K2SO4 plus MnSO4 plus CO2 plus H2O. Now this is the question. As this question is having H2SO4, that means this equation is in acidic medium. First of all, you have to know that one. This equation is in acidic medium. So the first step, what it is said, copy the question. So step 1 is copy the question. Step 2, it is said, write the oxidation number of all the elements, of all the atoms. So for that, what it is given, just see that, I'm just showing it to you. It is written KMnO4 plus H2SO4 plus H2C2O4 is giving you K2SO4 plus MnSO4 plus CO2 plus H2O. Now start writing the oxidation number of each and every element. Potassium is +1, you know. Oxygen is -2. I am having 4 oxygen, so it will be -8, but I will write only -2 here. But when I will find out the Mn, then I will multiply it by 4. So what Mn is coming? This is +1 and this is -8 is equals to 0. That means it is coming -7 and x -7 is equals to 0. If Mn is x, then Mn is coming to +7. Do it. If you can't do it orally, you do it, write it somewhere and do it. You know how to find out the oxidation number. Now H2SO4, you all know that hydrogen is 1. So write down only 1. Now when I will multiply, then I will multiply with by 2. And I will take +2. Oxygen is -2. Now from here, how much the oxidation number of sulfur is coming? That is +2 - 8 is equals to 0. And sulfur is equals to x. So x -6 is equals to 0. X is equals to +6. Now H2SO4. H2 is +1. Oxygen is -2, you know. So now carbon here is 2x. So it is coming 2x. I am doing for this one, for this H2C2O4. It is coming 2x plus 2, because 2 hydrogen plus 2 minus 8 is equals to 0. So 2x minus 6 is equals to 0, or 2x is equals to +6, or x is equals to +3. So here I will write +3. Okay. Now K2SO4, find out this. K2 is +1. When I'll take 2. That means +2. I have to multiply. Now this is -2. It is coming, the sulfur is coming +6. Now MnSO4, manganese is coming sulfur. We are getting +6. And this is -2. That means -8. So it is -2 is equals to 0. So Mn is equals to +2. CO2, this is -2. That means -4 is equals to 0. So it will be +4. And H2O you need not to write, because you know that H2O is 0, it is coming. So you need not to write. Now you have written everything. Now just check the step 2 is also over. Now step 3, the atom showing, now you have to see that which atom is showing a change in oxidation number. Now you see here, that is potassium is +1 left hand side, potassium is +1 in right hand side also. So there is no change. You can see that manganese is +7 in the left hand side and manganese is +2 in the left hand side. That means there is a change in the oxidation number. Okay. Now oxygen is no change. Oxygen is not changing. -2 here also, -2 here also, -2. Here it is -2, -2, -2. So left hand side and right hand side, they are equal. So you need not to see. Generally oxygen and all this we are not seeing only. Now this hydrogen is also not changing. Hydrogen +1, +1. This side also you will get, this is +2. Okay. So there is no change. Now C for carbon, that's a sulfur. C for sulfur, in the left hand side sulfur is +6, right hand side also sulfur is +6. Here also it is +6. So there is no change. Okay. Now C for carbon. Now in the left hand side carbon is +3, in the right hand side carbon is +4. That means there is a change. Okay. So what actually we are getting? We are getting step 3, you just see. The atoms showing change in oxidation number are Mn from +7 to +2 and carbon from +3 to +4. Thus KMnO4 is oxidizing agent and H2C2O4 is reducing agent. So what you will do after writing this type of equation, you will write the equation in one line only, the full equation. I don't have place, that is why I have written in two lines, but write it in one line and then you just write like this. See, KMNO4, I'm just showing for KMNO4 and everything and rest of the thing you will write, and the right hand side you are having K2SO4, K2SO4 plus MnSO4. Okay, now MnSO4 is plus 2, so you write down this one like this you do. It is decrease in oxidation number. So you write here decrease in oxidation number, and you know that decrease in oxidation number means it is reduction. And similarly you will write from like this, it is increase in oxidation number. Increase in oxidation number, that is for carbon, and it is oxidation. These two things you will write in your notebook. So try to write it in one line only, because just write this bracket type of thing from here to here like this from carbon. Step number 4. The atom of Mn are equal on both sides. In order to equalize the atom, now you have to equalize the step 4. What is the step 4 is saying? Step 4 is saying balance the total number of atoms undergoing oxidation and reduction. See, for manganese, Mn here in the left hand side and the right hand side both are equal number, 1 and 1. So there is no problem. But carbon is also undergoing change in the oxidation number. Now you see the left hand side carbon is 2 and the right hand side the carbon is 1. So that means you have to balance carbon. So your step number 4 will be, what it will be, you will write this line only, that is step number 4. KMNO4, you see KMNO4, H2SO4, here is also H2SO4, H2C2O4, here is also H2C2O4, K2SO4 in the right hand side, MnSO4 in the right hand side, but carbon is having less number. How many less? 2. So it is 2CO2. Okay? Am I clear to you? Now let me see what is step number 5. After balancing the numbers of atoms which are undergoing oxidation and reduction. That is step number 4. Now step number 5 is you have to see that how many electron lost or gained by these two species, two atoms, that is manganese and carbon. In KMNO4, an atom of Mn should gain 5 electron to decrease its oxidation number from +7 to +2. That means change in the difference in oxidation number is +5. So that means that this manganese in the left hand side should gain 5 electron. Okay, so see that. Should gain 5 electron. That means arrow is showing that it is gaining 5 electron. But in H2C2O4, each carbon atom should, now this is very important, each carbon atom should lose 1 electron to increase its oxidation number from +3 to +4. As we have seen, the +3 to +4 it is going. So it is losing 1 electron, 1 atom of carbon. Now here I am having 2 atoms of carbon. Okay, here I am having 2 atoms of carbon. So just see here, total number of electrons gained by 1 atom of manganese is 5. Okay, now total atom of electron lost by 2 atoms of carbon is 2, because we are having C2. And we have balanced this side also, 2C. So we have to take it as 2. Am I clear? Now step number 6. Step number 6 is, now you have to equalize the total electron gain or lost. So what we will do, in order to equalize the total electron gain and total electron lost, KMNO4 should be multiplied by 2. This one, KMNO4 should be multiplied by 2 and C H2C2O4, that is H2C2O4 should be multiplied by 5. Okay. Now step 6. In order to equalize the total electron gain and total electron lost, KMnO4 should be multiplied by 2 and H2C2O4 by 5. Hence the coefficient of Mn is 2 and the coefficient of carbon is 5. What is said in the step number 6? Please go back and just see, go back the previous slide and see what is step number 6 is saying. Step number 6 is saying, find the suitable coefficient to balance the electron gained by the oxidizing agent with those lost by the reducing agent. Okay. Next, step number 7. Step number 7. This step number 6 already we have done in the last slide. So already we have discussed it. Now see step number 7. Now step number 7, multiplying KMnO4 and MnSO4 by the coefficient 2 and by multiplying H2SO4 and CO2 by coefficient 5, because we have got this coefficient. Now before multiplying this equation by 2 and 5, what was my equation in step 6? Let me write it here. That was KMnO4 plus H2SO4 plus H2C2O4 is giving you K2SO4 plus MnSO4 plus 2CO2 plus H2O. This was my equation. Now I have to multiply this Mn and carbon with the coefficient, that is 2 and 5 respectively. So after multiplying, what I am getting, 2 KMnO4, because Mn has to be multiplied by 2, so 2 KMnO4 plus H2SO4, because in H2SO4 neither Mn nor carbon is present. So I am writing it like that only. Now this is having carbon, so it has to be multiplied by 5. So it is 5 H2C2O4. Then in the right hand side, what I am getting, now in K2SO4 neither Mn nor carbon is present, so I will write it like that only, K2SO4 plus this is Mn is present, so it has to be multiplied by 2, so it will be 2 MnSO4. Now carbon has to be multiplied by 5 and I am having 2 here, so it will be 10 CO2 plus H2O. Now see, this is my step number 7. What I am getting, 2 KMnO4, just see here and this one what I have done. 2 KMnO4 plus H2SO4 plus 5 H2C2O4 is giving you K2SO4 plus 2 MnSO4 plus 10 CO2 plus H2O. Okay. Now step number 8. Now what is the next step? Next step is except hydrogen and oxygen, balance all other atoms. Okay. Now come here. This is equation. Now you see that here it is 2K and this is also K2. So it is balanced. See here it is 2Mn and the right hand side also 2Mn. So it is balanced. I will not see for oxygen and hydrogen. See for sulfur. Sulfur here is 1, here is also 1. I will not see for carbon, oxygen and hydrogen. See for carbon. Carbon here are 10. 5 2s are 10. And here also carbon are same. No, but see for sulfur, I think sulfur is a problem. Now in the left hand side sulfur is 1. In the right hand side sulfur is 1 and here 2. So it is 3. So that means this sulfur has to be multiplied by 3. So what I am getting in step number 8, this is my step number 8. What it will be, step number 8 will be 2 KMnO4 plus right hand side 3 sulfur, so it will be 3 H2SO4 plus 5 H2C2O4 as it is giving you K2SO4 as it is plus 2 MnSO4 as usual plus 10 CO2 plus H2O. This is my step number 8. You just check It is written here like that only. Now you have to see for hydrogen and oxygen. Now this equation is a equation which has taken place in an acidic medium. Okay, so for acidic medium, what we have to do? We have to see it is for acidic medium. So in the given equation, if the given equation is ionic and acidic, then what we have to do? Balance oxygen by adding sufficient number of H2O molecule on the side deficient of oxygen. Now you have to see this equation, which side is having deficient of oxygen. Now this is having 8 oxygen, here it is having 12. So 8 and 12, 20, 20 and 20, that means 40 oxygen, left hand side, 40 oxygen. In the right hand side it is 4 and 8, 4 and 8 it is 12, 12 and 20, that is 12 and 20, 12 and 20, that is 32 and 1 33. This side is 33, that means 7 oxygen less. So what I have to do? I have to add 7 H2O in the side which side is deficient. So that means I have to add in the right hand side 7 H2O. Okay, now because 7 oxygen less, so I have to add 7 H2 in the right hand side. So I have added 7 H2O. Now I have added 7 H2O. After that, add sufficient number of H plus ion to balance hydrogen atom. Now I have to see for hydrogen atom. Now after adding 7 H2, oxygen is balanced. C for hydrogen, because all other element we have balanced. C for hydrogen. Now hydrogen in the left hand side, 6, 3 2s are 6. Here it is 10. So 6 and 10, 16. In the right hand side, it is 2 and 7 2s are 14, 16. So hydrogen is already balanced. So I need not to add H plus ion. So what I am getting, my balance equation, 2KMnO4 plus 3H2SO4. See from here, 3H2SO4, it is 3H2SO4, 5H2C2O4, 5H2C2O4, then K2SO4, 2MnSO4 plus 10H2O. Now this H2O and this 7H2O is together is becoming 8H2O. So this is my balance equation. Now children, this is my earnest request. Please copy this equation in your notebook and then look at the slides and then try to do it on your own. Otherwise, you will not be able to do these equations. You will not be able to balance this equation. Am I clear to you? Now balance the following equation by oxidation number method. Copper plus HNO3 is giving you copper nitrate, CuNO3 whole 2 plus NO plus H2O. Now again you can see there is HNO3. That means it is in the acidic medium. Now the first step, you know that you have to copy the equation. Copy it. Now you have to write all the oxidation number of all the atoms. So the oxidation number of all the atoms written. Okay. Step 3. The atom showing change in oxidation number, that you have to find out. So you can see here copper is changing from 0 to plus 2. Okay, so 0 to plus 2, that means increase in oxidation number. So it is oxidation. This is increase in oxidation number. So this is your oxidation. Okay. Now you can see here hydrogen and oxygen we will not take, but you can see there nitrogen is plus 5 to plus 5 here, and nitrogen again here plus 5 to plus 2. So we will take this one. The nitrogen, just let me see what is written here in step 3. The atom showing change in oxidation number, that is copper from 0 to plus 2. And nitrogen from plus 2 to plus plus 5 to plus 2, that means here to here, plus 5 to plus 2 in NO. Okay, that means it is decrease in oxidation number. Decrease in oxidation number. So it is reduction. Am I clear? It is to be noted here that the nitrogen appearing, now this is very important, because here is also nitrogen, here is also nitrogen. So why I am not taking this? Now it is to be noted that nitrogen appearing in CuNO3 this one, CuNO3 is not undergoing any change in oxidation number. This is plus 5 and this is plus 5. Okay, so we are not considering it. Next, step number 4, the atoms showing a change in oxidation number are already balanced. You have to balance the atom showing oxidation and the reduction change in the oxidation number. So what was my equation? My equation was, let me just write it here. My equation was copper Cu plus HNO3 is giving you CuNO3 plus NO plus H2O. Now change in oxidation number, this is from 0 to plus 2. This is change in oxidation number, and this is plus 5 from nitrogen to plus 2. These are the change in oxidation number. Now the step number 4 is saying that the atoms showing change in oxidation number are already balanced. This is your step 4. You have to balance the atom showing change in oxidation number. Copper 1 and copper 1 in the left hand side, right hand side. Nitrogen 1 and nitrogen also here 1. We will not take this one into consideration because it is not going change in oxidation number. Okay, so these two are balanced. So I need not to balance. Step number 4, an atom of copper loses 2 electrons from 0 to plus 2. Copper is changing from 0 to plus 2. Copper. So change in oxidation number is plus 2. That means 2 oxidation number is 0 to plus 2. It is going increase in the oxidation number. So that means 2 electron it is losing. Plus 2, 0 to plus 2. That means it is losing 2 electrons. That is why I have shown here with the downward arrow. In HNO3, an atom of nitrogen should gain 3 electrons to reduce its oxidation number from plus 5 to plus 2. Now, nitrogen is going from plus 5 to plus 2. That means it is gaining 3 electrons. Okay, so that means I have shown it here with the upward arrow. So the total number of electron lost by one atom of, this is very important now, one atom of copper is 2 and the total number of electron gained by one atom of nitrogen is 3. Okay, so step number 5, what I have to do? I have to multiply, I have to find out the coefficient. So in order to equalize the total number of electron gained and total number of electron lost, copper and HNO3 should be multiplied with the coefficient 3. Copper has to be multiplied with 3 and nitrogen has to be multiplied by 2. Okay, that means HNO3. Copper, the coefficient of copper is 3 and that for HNO3 is 2. That means HNO3 has to be multiplied by 2. Am I clear to you? Next, let me see in the step 7. I have to multiply copper with 3 and HNO3 with 2. What is my step number 7? Multiply copper and copper nitrate. That means in the molecule in which copper is present, that has to be multiplied by 3, and where nitrogen are present, that has to be multiplied by 2. So copper and CuNO3 has to be CuNO3 whole 2 has to be multiplied by 3, and HNO3 and NO has to be multiplied by 2. So after multiplication I am getting this one. Now step 8. This is a very important step for this particular reaction. This reaction is a typical reaction. Since a part of nitrogen belonging to HNO3, that means this one belonging to HNO3, appears as CuNO3 whole 2, this one CuNO3 whole 2, but it is not showing any change in oxidation number. Okay, without showing any change in oxidation number. So 6 molecule of HNO3 corresponds to 3 CuNO3 whole 2. This is 3 CuNO3 whole 2 corresponding to this, because nitrogen here 3 2s are 6 nitrogen are present. But so this 6 nitrogen has to be added in left hand side as 6 HNO3. Okay, this is a very typical example corresponding to 3 CuNO3 whole 2 should be added on the left hand side. Thus we have what I am getting, this equation now becoming 3Cu plus 2HNO3 plus 6HNO3. I have added with this 6HNO3 in the right hand, from the right hand side. It is giving you 3 CuNO3 whole 2 plus 2NO plus H2O. I think you have understood. Now, or what I am getting, this by adding I am getting 3 Cu plus this 2 and 6, that is 8 HNO3. Why I have added 6 HNO3? Because we are seeing that a part of CuNO3 whole 2 which are showing in the right hand side, this is coming from HNO3 only, but there is no change in the oxidation number. That means this equal amount of nitrogen is also present in the left hand side. So to equalize that, for balancing that, it is appearing the part of nitrogen belonging to HNO3 appears as CuNO3 whole 2. So 6 molecule of HNO3 corresponds to 3 CuNO3 whole 2 should be added in the left hand side. So after adding I am getting this equation I am getting 3 CuH plus 8 HNO3 is giving you 3 CuNO3 whole 2 plus 2NO plus H2O. Now you have to balance, you have balanced copper, nitrogen, everything. Now you have to balance hydrogen and oxygen. Now oxygen has to be balanced, as you know that it is in acidic medium. It is the equation proceeding in acidic medium. So you have to add the deficient side, the oxygen deficient side, you have to add H2O, the equal number of H2 has to be added. So let me see how many oxygen are there in the left hand side. Oxygen are 3 8s are 24. So 24 oxygen in the left hand side. Right hand side it is 3 2s are 6 and 6 3s are 18. Okay, so 18 oxygen plus here it is 2. 18 plus 2 it is 20, and here it is 1, 21. So right hand side I am having 21. That means in the right hand side I have to add, it is 24 in the left hand side and right hand side 21. So deficit of 3 oxygen. So here I have to add 3 H2O. Now see for hydrogen. If hydrogen is less in that side, I have to add H plus. See for hydrogen. Now hydrogen in the left hand side 8. In the right hand side it is 3 2s are 6 and 2 8. So hydrogen are balanced. So I need not to do anything. So I have to add only 3H2O in the right hand side. After adding 3H2O, what we are getting? 3Cu plus 8HNO3 is giving you 3CuNO3 whole 2 plus 2NO plus 3 and 1 4 H2O. This is my balanced equation. So children, you have understood, I think, that you have to practice it on your own. Write all the equation in the notebook and try to do it on your own. Now balance the following equation by oxidation number method in acidic medium. It is given acidic medium. Now see, hydrogen is given here H+. So this is also an acidic medium because hydrogen H+ is present. So you may get an equation like this also. First step is copy the equation. You have copied the equation. Second is write all the oxidation number. You have written that also. H2 you may not write also because you know that H2 is coming 0. Now just see here, chromium is going from +6 to +3. So this is your decrease in oxidation number. You will write this one, that is reduction. And this is Fe +2 to +3. So this is increase in oxidation number. That means it is oxidation. Okay, now you have to see that next step 3, the atom showing change in oxidation number. That is chromium is changing from +6 to +3. And Fe is +2 to +3. Okay, that means chromium is taking 2 electron and iron is losing 1 electron. Let me see what is there in the step. Now step 4, multiplying Cr3 plus by 2 to balance the number of chromium atom on both sides. Now step 4 is saying that you have to balance the atom that is undergoing oxidation or reduction. What was my equation? My equation was Cr2O7 2 minus plus Fe2 plus H plus is giving you Cr3 plus Fe3 plus H2O. Now in this equation, chromium has undergone change in the oxidation number and iron has undergone change in the oxidation number. But iron in both the sides, iron are same. Chromium in the left hand side it is 2 and right hand side it is 1. So the right hand side chromium has to be multiplied by 2. So after multiplying it by 2, because I have to balance this, so after multiplying by 2 I am getting this equation. Cr2O7 2 minus plus Fe2 plus H plus is giving you 2 Cr3 plus Fe3 plus and H2O. Now step 5, I have to see that which atom is losing how many electrons. So it is, as I told you, that chromium is changing from +6 to +3. So it is losing 3 electrons, it is gaining 3 electrons. See, I have shown it by upward arrow. And iron is from +2 to +3. That means it is losing 1 electron. So downward arrow. So the total number of electron gained by, now I am having 2 chromium. So each chromium atom is gaining 3 electron. I am having 2 chromium atom because Cr2. So 2 chromium atom is gaining 6 electron. Am I clear? But iron, each iron atom is losing 1 electron. So my coefficient is, that means I have to multiply chromium by 1 and iron by 6. So after multiplying, what I am getting? After multiplying, I am getting this one. Cr2O7 2 minus, because I have to multiply it by 1, and iron I have to multiply by 6. So it is 6 Fe2 plus. Hydrogen is as it is. Now this I have to multiply 1 by 1, so it is 2 Cr3 plus as it is. Now this iron has to be multiplied by 6, so 6 Fe3 plus H2O. After that means I have balanced chromium and iron. Now I have to see for oxygen and hydrogen. Now this is in the acidic medium, so I have to see how many oxygen are there in the left hand side and the right hand side. In the left hand side, oxygen are 7 oxygen, and in the right hand side oxygen is only 1. So that means in the right hand side it is deficient for 6 oxygen. So that means I have to add 6 H2O molecule in the right hand side. Let me see what is given in the step 8. Now what is step 8? Step 8 is you have to balance oxygen and hydrogen because all other elements are already balanced. That I have already told you in the previous slide. So let me write here what was my equation in step number 7. That is Cr2O7 2 minus plus 6Fe2 plus H plus is giving you 2Cr3 plus 6Fe3 plus H2O. Now in the left hand side I am having 7 oxygen and the right hand side I am having only 1 oxygen. So that means right hand side is deficient of 6 oxygen. So I have to add 6 H2O in the right hand side. After adding 6 H2O I am getting this equation. 6 H2O plus 1 H2 is giving you 7 H2O. Now my next step is to see whether hydrogen balanced or not. Now in the left hand side I am having only 1 hydrogen and in the right hand side I am having 6 to the 12 and 2. That means total I am having 14 hydrogen. So that means the left hand side is now deficient of 13th hydrogen. So what I have to do? I have to add 13H plus in the left hand side. So what I am getting? Cr2O7 2 minus plus 6Fe2 plus H plus 13H plus is giving you 2Cr3 plus 6Fe3 plus 7H2O. Now this 2 will become Cr2O7 2 minus plus 6Fe2 plus 14H plus is giving you 2Cr3 plus 6Fe3 plus 7H2O. Now you see you will get everything is balanced. So this is your answer. Balancing the given equation by oxidation number method. One more question. C2H5OH plus I2 plus OH minus is giving you CHI3 plus HCOO minus plus I minus plus H2O. Now you can see one OH minus ion is present here. This means that this equation is in basic medium. This is very important to know, otherwise it will be very difficult for you to balance oxygen and hydrogen in the last step. Now after writing the equation, your next step is to write the oxidation number of all the atoms. So this is your step number 2. Now after writing the oxidation number, the third step is to see which atom is undergoing oxidation and which atom is undergoing reduction. Now in this reaction you can see that carbon is, the oxidation number is changing from -2 to +2. That means carbon oxidation number is changing from -2 to +2. So that means it is increase in oxidation number. So carbon is undergoing oxidation. Now see for iodine, it is changing from 0 to -1. Now this is also -1. So you can understand that iodine is the oxidation number changing from 0 to -1. That means iodine is undergoing reduction. Next step, after seeing that which atom is undergoing oxidation and reduction, you have to balance the atom which is undergoing oxidation and reduction. So see for carbon. Now carbon, in the left hand side we are having 2 carbon atom, and in the right hand side also we are having 2 carbon atom. This is 1 and this is 1. So carbon is balanced. I need not to do anything for carbon. But see for iodine. iodine in the left hand side I am having 2 iodine, and in the right hand side I am having here 3 iodine and here 1 iodine, so it is 4 iodine. So iodine has to be balanced. In the left hand side I am having only 2 and the right hand side I am having 4. So the equation, this equation is iodine is multiplied by 2 to make it 4. Now see what it is coming. C2H5OH plus multiplied this iodine with 2. So I am getting 2I2. Multiply this iodine, that means this reaction. I2 with 2. So I am getting 2I2. Now you check. In the left hand side I am having 4 iodine. In the right hand side I am having 3 and 1 4 iodine. So iodine is also balanced. Now I have to see that carbon and iodine is losing how many electron or gaining how many electron. Now as carbon is, the oxidation number is changing from -2 to +2, you can see here, that means it is losing 4 electron. So carbon is losing 4 electron, one carbon atom. This is very important to know. One carbon atom is losing 4 electrons. But I am having 2 carbon atom. So 2 carbon atom is losing 8 electron. For iodine, now you can see that one iodine is gaining here, from here you see, one iodine is gaining only 1 electron. But I am having total 4 iodine. See here, 4 iodine. So 4 iodine will gain 4 electron. So what I am getting? I am getting 2 carbon atom is losing 8 and 4 iodine is losing 4. So now I can reduce this. It is becoming 2 and 1. So the coefficient of C2H5OH is 1 and coefficient of iodine is 2. Now see here what is written in the step 5. Now step 5, 4 electron and 1 electron, as I told you, it is written number of electron gained by 2 carbon atom. It is wrongly written. It will be number of electron, misprint, lost. And this will be number of electron gained. Okay, so this is 8 and 4, as I got 8 and 4. Now you can reduce it. I am getting 2 and 1. So the coefficient I am getting 2 and 1. Let me see what is the next step is saying. Now the coefficient for C2H5OH is 1 and coefficient for I2 is 2. Already I told you in the last slide. Now I have to multiply the carbon and iodine with this coefficient. So what was my equation in the last step number 6? Let me write it here. That is C2H5OH plus 2I2 plus OH minus is giving you CHI3 plus 8COO minus plus I minus plus H2O. Now I have to multiply C2H5 with 1 and I2 with 2. So what I will do, I will multiply this C2H5OH with 1. So I am getting C2H5OH only. And I2 I have to multiply it by 2. So it will be 2 2s are 4 I2 plus OH minus. Now this is carbon and iodine, both are here. So if I'll multiply with the coefficient of carbon, it should be multiplied by 1. And if I have to multiply with the coefficient of iodine, it has to be multiplied by 2. But if I'll multiply with the coefficient of iodine, then the carbon balancing of carbon will get disturbed. So I will not do anything here. I will write it as it is, CHI3 plus 8COO minus plus this iodine has to be multiplied by 2, so it is 2I minus plus H2O. Now I have not multiplied this CHI3 by 2, but iodine is not balanced now. Please see in the left hand side. Left hand side we are having 8 iodine, and in the right hand side we are having 3 iodine here and 2 iodine here, so it is 5. In the right hand side it is deficient of 3 iodine. So what I have to do, I have to add 3I minus here. If I'll add 3I minus here, it will not disturb anything. Now after adding 3I minus here, what I am getting, C2H5OH plus 4I2 plus OH minus is giving you CHI3 plus 8COO minus plus 2I and 3I, it will be 5I minus plus H2O. Now see, this I am getting here in step number 7. Now except oxygen and hydrogen, everything is balanced. You can check. Now I have to balance oxygen first and then hydrogen. As it is in the basic medium, so the oxygen balancing is not as the same way we have done for the acidic medium. So for that, what we have to do, we have to add the sufficient amount of OH minus ion on the side deficient of oxygen atom. If the given equation is ionic and proceed in basic solution, balance oxygen atom by adding sufficient number of OH minus ion on the side deficient in oxygen atom. So let me first do that. See in the left hand side how many oxygen atoms are there. Now in the left hand side, oxygen atoms are 1 and 2. So we are having 2 oxygen atoms. And in the right hand side we are having 2 and 1, 3. So that means the left hand side is deficient with 1 oxygen atom. So what I have to do, I have to add 1 OH minus in the left hand side. So let me just do it. C2H5OH plus 4I2 plus OH minus plus 1 more OH minus is giving you CHI3 plus 8COO minus plus 5I minus plus H2O. Now as I have added OH minus in the left hand side, maybe the hydrogen atom is not balanced now. It become imbalanced. Let us see how many hydrogen atoms are there in left hand side and right hand side. In left hand side we are having how many hydrogen atom? 5 and 1, 6, 7 and 8. I am having 8 hydrogen atom in the left hand side. And in the right hand side I am having 1, 2 and 2, 4 hydrogen atom. So to balance hydrogen atom, now what we have to do? To balance hydrogen atom, add 1 molecule of water for each hydrogen atom needed on the side deficient of hydrogen atom, and add an equal number of OH minus ion on the opposite side. That means in the left hand side I am having 8 hydrogen atom and the right hand side I am having 4 hydrogen atom. So I have to add 4 H2O in the right hand side, because right hand side is deficient in hydrogen atom by 4. So I am adding 4 H2O molecule. And as I am adding 4 H2O molecule in the right hand side, I have to add 4 OH minus ion also in the left hand side. So the final equation what I am getting C2H5OH plus 4I2 plus 1 OH, 2 OH and 4 OH. So total it is becoming 6 OH minus is giving you CHI3 plus HCOO minus plus 5I minus and 4H2O and 1H2O is 5H2O. This is my final equation. Now you check, you will get everything is balanced here. See, this is my final equation. What is my final equation? C2H5OH plus 4I2 plus 6OH minus is giving you CHI3 plus 8COO minus plus 5I minus plus 5H2. Just see here and see here, both are same. So this is my final equation balanced in basic medium. So children, you must have understood that you have to practice this equation on your own. And not only this, you have to take equations from other book also and try to balance it. Now with this, I am ending lecture 2 here. Practice all the equations on your own. Please write it in your notebook and practice on your own. The next lecture, we shall discuss balancing redox reaction by ion electron method.